How did he take 3 frees?
Because
Class on
I have
that.
all the credits I need. Right?
Yeah, but I
You have
thought you
3 free
needed.
periods? Wow,
I thought you needed 5 classes
that's pretty awesome.
to walk.
No free play. That's like a minute. They say that. But talked to my counselor, and she's like, technically, she should allow you to have this message for the 3 years.
Good to go. All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the first ever Swila Media Day, and we are starting it off hot here with the Boise Braves. This is our first time doing this, and hopefully not the last. Um, Head coach of the Braves, Nick Cavallero. It's his 5th season as the head coach. Grew up in Northern Virginia. Played D3 football and lacrosse at Randolph Mason College. Macon?
Macon.
Macon? Okay. Um, Played NCLL with George Mason University. He graduated 16 seniors last year, and um, preseason new faces, same standard. This group is focused on discovering who this team is, not recreating last year, and entering the season just looking to get after it. Leadership and legacy, upholding the standard regardless of the roster turnover, competitive culture, and another quote: "The jersey doesn't graduate." So with a lot of those seniors graduating, that just means there's a lot of leadership opportunities for the young guys to step up. Um, the shift is from star-driven play to system-first identity, with playing strong team defense and offensive motion and unselfish play. And they've added some new coaches to the staff. One of them being Tanner Job, who was a coach at BSU. He was my coach my freshman year, and it's great to have him there. This program is dedicating this season to Kevin Siebert. Am I saying that correct? Seibert. Kevin Seibert, a coach who unexpectedly passed away in November. Um, and that's what they're looking for here. Dedicate this season to him. And yeah, with me today is Payne Cochran, Dylan Lake, and head coach here, Nick Cavallero. Uh, Payne is a goalie and a junior. He was a JV captain, saw varsity action in 5 games last season, very vocal leader, and had a moment where he entered a playoff game versus Eagle because of a penalty on the starting goalie and made some key stops to help secure that win. He was just telling me about a rule that I was unaware of that you can only sub a goalie on a timeout. Um, so, would you like to talk a little bit more about that, Kane? Like when you're thrown into that moment unexpectedly, like what did that experience teach you, and what did that mean?
One of the biggest things that that moment taught me is primarily goalie is a position, as most of the time I am moving at a million miles an hour in my head, always trying to think about the next play, but it really helped me ground myself in that moment. Um, so I guess it just really helped me to not panic in future situations.
Yeah, and I like what you're talking about for mentality wise. And another question here, as a goalie, like how do you stay mentally ready when like you don't know if your moment is coming? Like what does that mean, or what does that look like?
One thing that has always helped me is I like keeping my feet somewhat stagnant whenever I'm in a set position, always ready for a shot. I often in cage have noticed that I look very relaxed and almost not in position. That's because I'm focused on keeping my eyes almost unfocused for as soon as there's any movement of a ball or a shot towards me, I can explode towards the ball. So it's almost I try to have all thoughts leave my head before panicking, before anything else happens.
Cool. Um, Another one here is, so you're known as a vocal leader. How do you lead from the crease, and like how do you do that from the goalie, like from the cage?
One of the big things is last year as a JV player, most of my defenders were a year younger than me. And some of them weren't as experienced. So I'd often try to help any way possible to make sure there's coordination between them on their jobs, their opportunities, where they need to be in order for the best outcome to occur. So I'd communicate where their man is at all times if there's a fast break coming towards us. I'd communicate exactly when to slide, whatever is needed in the moment to also make it easiest for me to save a shot if it comes to that.
Yeah.
It also helps that Kane is part of our junior referee program, so he's got a
Oh,
wealth of knowledge of the rules and regulations of the game. So,
nice.
yes,
Yeah.
he certainly adds that to
That's
his
always very helpful.
vocal leadership.
Yeah. So what was your focus this off season, like as you prepare to step into this bigger role for the team?
I feel like my primary focus was staying like I really drilled a lot under high volume mid range shots. That was one of my primary focuses because no matter what I do, there or no matter what my team does, there will always be shots where it's just left up to me. So I was trying my best to get more of a uh higher level approach to my practices and training, including I would shoot around with some BSU kids just to see higher volume, higher speed for whenever this season comes around, I'll be able to react quicker.
Yeah, that's a great way to prepare. I think that's awesome. Um, and then another question here is like, what excites you this year about Boise High defense heading into the season? Are there any names that you'd like to talk about? Maybe some defensemen that are going to be key players.
I feel like we're gonna play super well as a squad. I don't feel like there is any one particular person who's gonna excel above the rest because we are gonna have a couple different defenders from multiple different classes. So we'll have a very uh big like class separation between them, and that will allow the older upperclassmen to teach the newer kids to lead in defense. However, they also have different skill sets, so I feel like it's gonna really round our defense this season with how different and polarized our defenders will be.
Awesome. Yeah. That is Kane Cochran, very well spoken man, poised under pressure, vocal leader, and momentum shifting goalie. Um, yeah, thanks for talking about that. That's awesome. I love the off-season preparation. Um, that was great. Next, we are talking to Dylan Lake, who is a senior attackman, 3-year varsity starter, versatile lefty, and last season he had 34 points, and he's expected to anchor the offense this season as a senior. Um, yeah, we'll just get right into this here. So as a 3-year starter, how do you approach leadership heading into your senior season, and like what does that kind of look and sound like?
I think leadership definitely for me, it's sort of like how I play on the field and how I lead that kind of example with how I play. And also in the huddles, like it's definitely also a vocal thing. And yeah, um, did I answer that question
Yeah,
entirely? Okay,
yeah,
just making sure. Yeah.
I'll just add that Dylan is our only starter from our state run a couple years ago. So he's got some fantastic, real life experience in high
hmm
pressure games, and
yeah,
his leadership will definitely be on display on the field.
yeah. I think that goes a long way. Having those moments in a state run like that in these high pressure games, I think it makes you a good leader. Uh, Life experience always makes a good leader. Um, we have here that you're described as a versatile lefty. What parts of your game are you leaning on most coming into this year?
I'm definitely think I'm leaning most on I like to keep my head up on the field, keep a clear vision of what's going on in the offense, and make good passes. But also, I like to dodge one on one. As a lefty, it's hard for some defenders to kind of uh, let's just say they don't expect it, I
Yeah,
guess. Um, so yeah, that really helps. And yeah.
yeah. No, I know. Because I played defense as well. Definitely having a lefty, it is unexpected and it'll catch you off guard sometimes. Um, so like with a system first offense, how do you balance scoring with unselfish play?
Well, in past years, we have been, yeah, we've been ran plays way more than having a single Dodger. I mean, we had Spencer Kripal last year. He was definitely a standout. Um, but we kind of used him to our advantage, as uh, a lot of other teams' defenses were focused on going for him, so we would run plays around him,
Yeah,
feeding other players.
yeah. Opens up
Um,
opportunities.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. So same question I asked Kane here. Like, what did you focus on improving like this off season?
Um, I've been hitting the wall, going to the gym daily, eating healthy, and I mean we've been doing indoor box lacrosse. We've been going to off the field, um, and yeah, I think as a team we're we've been doing a pretty good job getting prepared for this season.
Wait, do you guys do off the field as a team, or is that just like a
Yeah, it's off the field as a team.
nice? Yeah, that's great. We do that at BSU as well. Off the field's a great great program around here.
I'd just like to add that Dylan's also going to be integral in our riding and clearing game.
Yeah,
As he mentioned, he's been working his tail off in the off season, putting on what 15, 20 pounds of muscle. He's going to be a riding machine, and then going over the midfield line to help in the clear as well.
nice. Yeah, I think that's so important. The transition is one of the most important things in this game. Um, so last question here is, what do you want the Boise High offense to be known for?
I think I want us to be known for having a all around like I want to not just have one player on the team stand out, but have everyone have assists, goals, ground balls. Um, you know, I think everyone can on the offense can make a difference, and yeah, I think yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I want.
Um, so that was Dylan Lake, very experienced senior, unselfish player, offensive anchor. Um, next we will be talking to Coach Cavallero. Um, so this first question here is, after graduating 16 seniors, what have you learned about this group so far? And like, what does that mean?
Absolutely. I think, I've thrown the challenge down to the seniors that this is an opportunity for them to demonstrate leadership and ask themselves what kind of legacy do they want to leave for the program and for the younger guys. So, some might say that there's a vacuum with that large graduating class, but vacuums demand to be filled. So you've got plenty of folks in the wings that have been, chomping at the bit, and this is their year to shine. So really looking forward to them battling it out and competing for those starting roles.
Yeah, I think that's so important. Like with something like that, where you have people stepping up and competitiveness, like within your own team, is so important, and it makes everybody on the team better. Um, next question here is, So you said that you're like trying not to be last year's team. So what defines this year and how is it different?
Yeah, I think